All right, so today the jury in Tanner Horner's capital murder trial returns to court as his defense begins their arguments. Jurors are deciding whether the former FedEx driver will be sentenced to death after pleading guilty to killing Athena Strand. Last week, they heard from both of her parents and listened to a devastating one-hour video of Athena being killed.
I couldn't sleep, and I would only eat like every 7 days. And I lost like 50 pounds.
I was there when she took her first steps and said her first word. But I wasn't there when she took her last.
Okay, so jurors have been out of court this week as a judge decided what expert testimony they'll hear from the defense moving forward.
They're expected to be back in the courtroom in a little more than 2 hours. This morning, we have senior investigative reporter Tanya Iser joining us here at the desk. And Tanya, you've been following this case from the start. The details are just really heart-wrenching. And at this point, what do you expect the defense to get up there and say as they try to spare his life?
Well, they're going to present evidence about his autism, that he had higher levels of lead in his system, fetal alcohol syndrome, a number of things they're going to say, trying to say that he did not have the moral culpability in this case. And we also expect to hear from his brother, who is in prison as well.
And Tanya, I think this was a point of discussion between you and legal experts all last week after we heard that emotional testimony. We've been posting about it. We've been talking about it on air and online. Do you think that the defense has really anything going for them at this point to keep the jury from sending him to death row? And do you think Horner takes a stand?
I think the defense has a very high lift. What they have to prove is the prosecutors have to prove that his future dangerousness, and is there anything mitigating? And right now, we haven't heard anything like that. I mean, the 1 hour video was from the people that were in the courtroom. Rebecca Lopez was talking, just the level of horror. You hear this little girl tortured, killed, murdered, strangled, stomped, and then you see him driving around in that FedEx truck as if nothing has happened, smoking a cigarette, talking on the phone to people. I mean, I know I felt outrage, anger. I cannot imagine what these jurors felt. And as for whether or not Tanner Horner takes the stand, that is a really good question. He certainly seems to like to talk, and he certainly seems to like to write letters. I'm sure his lawyers would advise him against it, but I would not rule it out.
All right, Tanya Iser, thank you so much for being here with us.